Hi folks, about 3:25, October 22nd, Tuesday, about 59 degrees. Today's been a difficult day to get anything done. It's like I'll get rolling and then it starts to rain and then it stops raining and on. But, one makes progress where they can. So, what have I been up to today? Between getting whacked in the head, going under things with the tractor, I got swatted in the face and once behind the head while backing up. Branches hook the smokestack, and then as you're going forward, they get released by the smokestack, and the next thing you know, you get whacked upside the head, bitch slap, so to speak. And bitch slap in the back of the head if you're going backwards and something hangs up, and then when it gets loose it wonks you upside the head. So between that and you guys could see the way I did this shed, and I just said, oh well, no big deal, I'll just duck on my way in. But even with actually normally going in, I don't whack my head. On the way out, I'll turn to leave and I'll whack my head. So homie didn't like this. So I've been thinking about it, and I came up with arches, and I'm almost done building them here, because I want a nice wide door, right? I want to be able to get things in and out of here without hanging up, but I want some stability, right? So what I did was I built, this is 32 inches, this top piece, right? So we go across the top with 32 inches. I have it attached back to my plumber's strap and a screw, so they're attached to that, right? So like as I press down on this, it doesn't move, So anyway, so I did that, and I basically built what you see here, and I didn't have this. So I didn't have this piece or the two reinforcements, the plywood, and I didn't have those two corners in. And I went by and I went like this, and it just rocked and rolled. I was swinging it back and forth. So then what I decided to do is I put this piece in, right, which kind of locks these guys. So I put that piece in, then I put the bottom two pieces in, which lock that, and it helped, but not much. Not a lot, to be quite honest. So then I had some scrap plywood around, and I made these bridges here, or reinforcement, or plates, whatever you want to call them, reinforcing plates, I guess I would call them. And that really tightened this up. So if you look at it, I have the maximum opening on the bottom, yet I'm able to walk right out without smacking my head, right? No wonk, right? No wonk zone. And once again, she's solid. She's real solid. Solid for a few reasons. The mesh is clamped to it, so this arc here really can't go anywhere. The side arc, right, there's just not all that much play, right? Because it's held there, and it's held down there, and held down there. So it really can't go anywhere. So, my big accomplishment for today, just one more time, how I built it. This side will go 10 times faster than the other side. What I did was, I prefabbed this at 32 inches, used my plumbing strap to hook it on here. Those two corners are just sitting there. I haven't screwed them down yet. The next thing I'm going to do is cut 77-inch pieces on both sides. Actually, I'm probably going to cut them at 78. Make sure that through some freak of nature I don't have something else going on here, and that because you want it tight. If it's not tight, it'll float about. So, but anyway, this is really solid. I mean, I don't know, could I hold myself up by one arm anymore? I used to be able to do this when I was a kid. Not quite, but I could probably put 150 pounds on it, and it's not moving. Yeah, when I was a kid, I used to be able to hold myself up by one arm, but then on the other hand, I wasn't trying to hold up 200 pounds like I am today. Okay, so this was the big accomplishment of today. Probably what I'll do is I'll finish this up. I'm debating, you know, I need to run scrap, but I need to run scrap for two reasons. Two good reasons. Reason number one, I'm broke. And that's a way, you know, if I can put 50, 75 bucks in my pocket, that would be helpful. So I need to dig up some more victims. This guy, though I'm really tempted to part it out, it's got really great steering. I don't like it. It's got the disc transmission, you know, the friction disc. Homie don't care for that kind. But it's got a good mowing deck on it and a bunch of other strong features. So I'm not quite ready to part with that yet. It's got a good engine on it too. Side shaft, 2-cylinder Briggs. There'd be people that would kill for that engine. Off into the rest of the tractor hoard. This guy here belonged to a friend of mine. She, they have very few miles on it. The hydrostatic went bad. I'm not quite sure how they got the hydrostatic to go bad, but the hydrostatic went bad on it. So it's got a good engine, and the front end got tweaked. It got dropped off a truck, which smashed up the front end. So I kind of don't want to get rid of that. That guy has a thrown rod, but the rest of it is good. So there she sits waiting. This guy, I think, is an automatic. I don't see a shifter on it. Brake, clutch, high-low. Yeah, I'm going to have to take a look and figure out what it is. That old beast back there, I forgot who made it. Oh, an old Alice Chalmers. I'm hanging on to that because the input into the transmission is sideways, so one could use a horizontal shaft engine to drive the input to the transmission, which means you can drive it with a centrifugal clutch or a torque converter easily, which makes it a very interesting unit. One could, I mean, with a torque converter, you have 3 speeds plus reverse with torque conversion. So torque conversion typically takes you from kind of 50% to 100%, so to speak. So you let's say the thing at 100% could do 20 miles per hour. Well, when you first go to take off, it gives you the torque like you're only taking off at 10 miles per hour or 8 miles per hour. So that nice gear reduction really would be great. Where it would be helpful is because I could gear it up, right? I can have my low first be more like second gear, a tall second gear. Well, let's make first gear like third gear, right? So it would have the torque because of the torque converter for coming off the line. Then as you wind it up, right, it would, you know, first gear would work its way up to be almost third gear, and then if you had it in third gear, I mean, the thing would fly. It'd be very quick. So yeah, I need to make some space. I need to get rid of some of this metal, and particularly I'm feeling a little more pressure about getting rid of metal because winter's coming. I'm not all that far at all from the first snow. Last year, or was it the year before? Probably the year before. We got snow before Halloween. And if I get snow before Halloween, you could see the mess I got here. I'm like screwed. The snow didn't stay, but it made things very sloppy, muddy, And once they get like that, it's hard to take the backhoe loader out. You guys could see, if you look at my backhoe loader, it's got agriculture tires on it. It's got tires that make really huge ruts. So if you drive it on soft ground, you make a very big mess very quickly. So I'm not looking forward to doing that. Yeah, I'm not sure. I used to load these by myself into trucks without ramps. I used to just pick up the front, put them on, go around back, and slide them in. I'm not sure I can still do that. What I might have to do, I don't know. Peppercat Keith has a chop saw, and he just runs right through the body. Yeah, he just hacks them right in half. Makes it a little easier to load them for sure. I'm not quite sure I want to be that insane, but I also, it takes about a half hour to get the backhoe loader out of the garage. So if I say, here, let me cut this apart, it'll, it's a half hour or a half hour, right? Half hour with a saw, a half hour with the backhoe loader. Anyway, I've been babbling for about 15 minutes now, so or 12 minutes. I'm gonna go catch you guys on the next episode of the Hoard. Till then, live, love, and have a great time. Thanks for watching, subscribing, commenting, and thanks for all the new subscribers. Been adding quite a few lately, and thanks to the old subscribers for sticking with me. Really appreciate that. Take care, folks.